EXCO had long deliberations involving the sorts of technologies that I usually do not like. It's called spam. No, it's not called spam. It's called this phone, Skype, yeah. But it works like spam. And we had these lengthy discussions, and I think for very good reasons we decided let's go to Portland, Oregon, to Alan Bassett. And then something happened that was a shock to each and everyone on EXCO. Alan left Portland State University for lovely Virginia. And we thought, oh, what is going to happen next? Well, what did happen next was, I think, by far the most weirdest process of preparing a PLPR conference and by assembling a local host committee comprising, I would say, 42 or 45 subcommittees. We started to get these emails where Ed was inviting to a meeting or sending out minutes that started with someone calling the meeting to order. It's obviously Robert's rules, right? It really was very, very interesting from a organization sociological point of view to see how that started to develop and how that happened to be. And those of you who have been to Warsaw, and so Mirek Desh organized a PLPR conference entirely on himself as a one-person thing. Were there more involved? But it looked as if he was doing it.
Mirek was in the hospital, so.
Oh, it was. No,
I'll tell the details.
Oh, right. It certainly was a contrast program this time, and it worked out so wonderfully. It really, from the first minute, was just great to be here in Portland, to be in a university environment that I think was really a great experience for everyone. And to have these wonderfully organized sessions. And I think that as the first point of our General Assembly, we really want to express our gratitude to the local host community. Ed is not present, and he asked me to excuse him. He's not teaching this time. But he has very important business. Yes. Actually, at some point, when Thomas and I were discussing the need to create a memory repository for PLPR, a museum, we thought that one of the most pertinent items would be, in fact, Ed Sullivan's iPhone. The way he's been using this iPhone in organizing all of these things really has been very impressive. And I'm glad that Fanny and Thomas are now joining me in saying thank you to our local hosts. And I see that two, at least, of the local hosts are present in order to accept our thanks. So please, Alan, come over here. Sai is, I don't see Sai.
Sai's in a faculty meeting.
I'm glad he isn't teaching. Okay. So, why don't you start?
Well, we collected secretly some. Well, all of the participants collected some money to buy things and to thank you during the wonderful conference dinner yesterday. And on behalf of all the participants enjoying the conference, we would like to hand over the small presents we have for you. And it's very hard to find something which you might not have yet. So.
No Latin books for us. We hope Ed didn't have those, yeah.
So first of all, we would like to thank you, Alan, for being such a wonderful host in all your efforts for PLPR, and we would like to give you, because you left Oregon, a reminder of your academic origins, so to speak, or last present. So we bought you an historical atlas of Oregon, and because there were quite a huge Dutch dominance, we thought tulips would be the appropriate flowers to handle.
It's been a terrific honor to host you guys. We're really glad you're here. Thank you very much.
Oh, you mentioned quite strongly that this PLPR conference is a sacrifice for you, in particular for your wife. Valentine's Day, which is our traditional day, so we thought what would be appropriate. And there is a fantastic book by Michael Sandel on justice, which is related to our topic. But more importantly, it's about what money can't buy. And this title might be a and on top of that, with best wish from PLPR to your wife.
Well, I just did the logistics of the conference, so I'm not responsible for any content. But I did mention that the best part of the conference for me was meeting and making new friends. So that's been absolutely wonderful, and I hope I can join you for the next one.
Yes.
I'm sorry about the details. Some of you might notice that there is no sales tax in Oregon. So I'll need to collect the value-added tax from
Don't go. You have to send the info aside.
So you have the obligation as being responsible for logistics. You have to carry on our presence for ads. And as a lawyer interested in planning, we thought what would be more appropriate to give Ed a book on planning. It's a book on sustainable urbanism and beyond, and we hope he will enjoy it, and we hope he has it not yet. So it's about rethinking cities for the future, and yeah. So this is please hand that over.
By?
Yes.
By whom?
By Tiger Haas. It's a very nice looking book. Well,
Thank you for having that.
and finally, it was also difficult to find something for Cy being responsible for the academic side, more or less, of the conference, and we thought he might enjoy a book on the guidebook to an urban age called The City of City. So if you would please hand that over to Cy on behalf of all the participants. I have to say, not only experts, but all of us.
Al, don't go. You know, if if you had been to Belfast, you know that I can be really a pest about gifts. I have these very unwieldy personal gifts I give. Some of you may know I had a terrible accident last year. I was hit by a garbage truck while I was sitting in a taxi. And as I was brought to the emergency ward, I was expecting to see a film of my life in front of me. The film didn't come, so I knew I would survive, which gladly I did. But I sort of dedicated this year's posters, Faces of Land Policy, to my favorite movies. So I brought posters for you with quotes from favorite movies of mine. And I know that Ed and that you are film buffs, so hopefully you will enjoy that. You have a certain obligation to display these posters prominently at your workplace, to take a photograph of you standing by that poster and to send that to the Secretary General for display on the website. So let's see what I brought. So that one is for side.
Okay.
You have to hold it up.
Okay.
Now you're looking
And that one is for Alan.
prestige.
But you have to hold it up a bit higher.
I always, you have to read it for the people who are sitting back.
Well, actually, that's
You wanna read it?
no.
Yes.
No. This is one of my favorites from a movie by Bob Fosse, All That Jazz. And what the cat is saying is what actually the character in that movie is saying. Always look for the worst in other people. A little of yourself in them, a little of myself. And generally, I find it. So, thank you very, very much for hosting this great event.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I know it's totally unwieldy because I brought it, so...
Poster all like that?
I'm sorry?